Good morning, folks. My name's CJ Curry. We're back talking some more Prize Picks plays, and today we're focusing on MLB, Major League Baseball. It's kind of a short slate, not a lot of games to choose from, but we're going to make the most of what we do have to pick from. If you're new to the channel, guys, feel free to get subscribed. It's totally free for you to hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be dropping videos here regularly on this channel discussing my favorite player prop picks on Prize Picks and various other sites. So if you're into that sort of thing, then definitely think about getting subscribed. Let's set today's like goal at 49.5 likes, meaning I'm expecting you to help me hit that like button at least 50 or more times because life's too short to take the under, people. Although I do have a couple of unders for you in today's video. So without further ado, let's talk about today's video real quick. But first, if you're not playing on Prize Picks, guys, get started on Prize Picks today. Make your first deposit. Use code Curry. You're going to get a 100% instant deposit match all the way up to $100, making your first entry on Prize Picks a risk-free entry. That's right. It's a free bet, so to speak, courtesy of Prize Picks. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, I've left a link for you down in the description. Definitely get started playing on Prize Picks. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. I like easy. Life's too hard as it is. But anyway, talking about today's picks, let's look at these guys. We've got Max Kepler of the Minnesota Twins. 1.5 total bases. What are we doing with this one? Well, the same thing that we do with most of our picks, which is go with the data, right? And so speaking of data, we're going to come over here to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. We're going to take a look at Max Kepler here at total bases, 1.5. And it looks like he's got over a 53% chance to stay under 1.5 total bases. Now, how do we know this, or where does this information come from? Well, this tool here is the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. What this thing does here is it takes the player props on Prize Picks and it goes and it puts them up against all of the different sports books, giving you true odds or fair odds of this player prop to hit. So what it's done here is it's went out and looked at Pinnacle, it's went and looked at DraftKings, at BetMGM, at Caesars, at Fliff, and it's kind of pulled the odds from these various sports books and it kind of strips out what they call the juice or the vig. All right, that's what these sports books charge you whenever they post these player props. It strips all that out and it gives you true odds here, fair odds of -136 to go under 1.5 total bases. So that's how this tool works. Now, if you want to, you could take a screenshot of this lovely tool real quick, and you can look at some of these other plays that you see up on the screen before you. So go ahead and take your screenshot now. And now that you've taken your screenshot, we can move forward here and take a closer look at this Max Kepler play. Now we go over to Outlier. Outlier is a great tool. If you're not using Outlier, it's a pretty much all-in-one solution for all of your player prop research needs. So we've got Outlier pulled up here. We're taking a look at Max Kepler's game logs from this season, 2024. And you can see that he's played in a total of 46 games. Now, in those 46 games, he has managed to stay under 1.5 total bases in 63% of those 46 games, which is a pretty good hit rate. I like looking for props that hit at least a 60% or higher clip, and obviously this one seems to fit the bill. Now, you can take this a step further. Outlier provides a lot of really helpful, handy little filters that you could turn on or off. In this case, we could look at games against right-handed pitchers, still rocking a 57% hit rate, meaning he is gone under 1.5 total bases in 20 out of 35 games. So that's not too shabby. Now, total bases, in case you guys aren't aware, can only be acquired or accrued through the use of a baseball bat. In other words, the player has to make contact with the ball using his bat in order to get a total base. So a single is 1 total base, a double is 2 total bases, a triple is 3 total bases. You kind of get the point. But walks don't count as a total base. Getting hit by a pitch, if you're a hitter here, would not count as a total base, nor does stealing a base. So in other words, unless Max Kepler makes contact with the baseball and reaches the base safely, it does not count as a total base. So for those of you who didn't know how that worked, now you got a little bit better clarity and understanding. So scroll down here just a little bit. Let's take a look at the pitch arsenal that Dakota Hudson is most likely to use today based on what he's done this season. Dakota Hudson, the pitcher for the Colorado Rockies today, you can see that he really relies on the sinker and slider more than any of the other pitches, but he is a 5-pitch pitcher, meaning he's got 5 different pitches that he utilizes in his arsenal. But the ones that he uses the most are the sinker and slider. So if you take a look at Kepler's numbers against the sinker, his WOBA weighted on base average is just 0.265, which is pretty bad, which is why it's in the red here. So if Dakota Hudson decides to lean on the sinker today, well, that should be bad news for Max Kepler, meaning hopefully he doesn't get any hits off of that. The other main pitch in the pitch arsenal for Dakota Hudson, the slider, he uses over 27% of the time. WOBA for Kepler on that one is just 0.319. So he struggles with that one. He strikes out a lot to the slider as well at 37.5. So hopefully we see some swinging and some missing for Max Kepler and not a lot of contact. Now he has faced Dakota Hudson 3 times in his career, 3 plate appearances. I know, kind of a small sample size, but he is 0 for 3 versus Hudson, meaning he has yet to record a hit in his professional career when facing right-hander Dakota Hudson. So there's a little bit more information for you. And then, of course, you know, if you've ever watched any of my videos, I rely on player projections. And one of the best projection tools out there for MLB is the bat by my guy, Derek Carty. So we're going to take a look at the bat real quick. We're going to punch in Max Kepler's name here and see what he is projected for. And you can see he's projected for just 1.56 total bases, which is right there around the line of 1.5, but that's a pretty low projection. So just to like compare, Max Kepler's at 1.56 total bases, but you've got some guys that are projected as high, like Bobby Witt Jr. for 2.1 total bases. So 1.56 is actually pretty low in comparison to some of the other players that are on the board today. So for me, Dakota Hudson, he hopefully will get the better of Max Kepler today. So I'm thinking taking the less on Max Kepler is the way that I want to go here. We're going to stay in this Minnesota Twins, Colorado's Rockies game for this next pick, which is going to be Charlie Blackman of the Colorado Rockies. And he's taking on Chris Paddack, who's on the mound today for the Minnesota Twins. At 1.5 total bases, Charlie Blackman is looking like a play that I also want to stay under on. So taking a look at this one here, again, pulling up the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. If you guys want to save 25% off your first month on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, check out the link down in the description below. Use code Curry, sign up for the Optimizer, take this puppy for a spin, and you'll save 25% off of your very first month. So check it out. Links down in the description to all the tools that I'm using in today's video. Charlie Blackman, though, 1.5 total bases, 52.2% chance that he's staying under today. You can see the juice on all these books have him going under as well, including Pinnacle, the sharpest sports book that is out there right now. So minus 127 to stay under 1.5 total bases. So things are looking pretty good here for an underplay. I would not go over here, at least not on PrizePicks. If you want to take the over at plus money, go do that on a sports book. Don't do it on PrizePicks. It's just not a profitable way to play long term. But anyway, Charlie Blackman, let's take a look at his game logs here. He's appeared in 55 games this season. And in those 55 games, he has stayed under 1.5 total bases in 69% of the games in which he has played. So that is a really high hit rate. You can also take a look and see how he's done against right-handed pitchers. Still rocking a 68% hit rate under 1.5 total bases. Now, if he happens to hit a double, and the same thing applies to Max Kepler, well, that's worth 2 total bases. We would be in big trouble. Or 2 singles, or a home run, or a triple. You kind of get the idea. So hopefully he's just not making contact in today's game. So we scroll down here, we could kind of take a look at what he's done against Paddack throughout his career. He's actually faced Paddack 8 times, so 8 plate appearances or 8 at-bats versus Chris Paddack. And he's 0 for 8 so far, yet to record a professional hit against Chris Paddack. So things are kind of looking good here in terms of the historical matchups against Paddack. When we take a look at how he does against Paddack's pitch arsenal, the fastball and changeup are the pitches most frequently used by Chris Paddack. You can see a .295 weighted on base average here, or WOBA, for Charlie Blackman. Not a very high number, nor is his number against the changeup, just a .210 WOBA. So hopefully, again, like Max Kepler, Charlie Blackman's just doing a lot of flying out, grounding out, striking out, just not making contact, not putting the ball in play. But things are kind of looking nice here for a Charlie Blackman under. On top of that, we're going to go look at the projections for Charlie Blackman's total bases. Here we are again, back on the bat by Derek Carter. You can find this on EV Analytics, by the way. Great site for player props and projections. But he's projected for just 1.54 total bases. So similar to Max Kepler, a very low projection here at the 1.5 range. This one for me, again, would be one that I would just be leaning under. Using the projections, using the historical data, using the sportsbook data, all signs point to Charlie Blackman hopefully underperforming today against Chris Paddock like he's done in previous games in his career. Which brings us to our final play. It's Ha-Seong Kim of the San Diego Padres. He's going against the Oakland Athletics. But before we get into that play, guys, if you're looking for a community, we've got one set up for you. You can get out of those group texts finally with your friends. Those group chats, those guys don't know what they're talking about. We got a lot of sharp people in our Dub Club community. So basically how this works here, you get a 3-day free trial here on Dub Club. You sign up through Dub Club, you connect your Dub Club to Discord, and then me and some of the other moderators in our community send out winning picks and plays every single day. Yesterday, we went 10-2 of the picks that I posted on PrizePicks. We hit a 10x slip going 4 for 4 on a 4-pick power play. The day before that, over on Underdog, we hit a 21.25x payout on a 6 out of 6 slip. So we're posting winning plays each and every day. We're covering not only MLB, we've got guys dropping MMA picks, we got guys dropping esports picks, we've got guys dropping WNBA picks. So the party doesn't stop just because the NBA season's coming to an end, just because we don't have any more NFL right now doesn't mean that we can't find profitable winning picks to play each and every day. So Dub Club, 67 cents per day. Like I said, it's pretty cheap, pretty affordable, and you can get yourself into the community. There's a link down in the description of today's video. Check it out. Get that 3-day free trial. Come hang out with us for a little bit over in Dub Club, and we could start winning more together. All right. All right. Ha-Seong Kim, 0.5 total bases. Now, what are we doing with this one? Over, under? Well, it's looking like an overplay. So we're going to go back here to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. We're taking a look here at Ha-Seong Kim. He is the top play right now for MLB plays on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer in terms of PrizePicks options. And you can see he's got over a 53% chance to go over 0.5 total bases. -135 on Pinnacle, and about -130 to -137 on every other sports book. DraftKings, BetMGM, Caesars included. So we're leaning toward the over here on Ha-Seong Kim. Taking a look at his game logs, you can see that 59% of the games in which he has played in this season, he's had at least one total base. Again, a single would be 1 total base. If he hits a double, that's 2. Triple, that's 3. You know, a home run would put him well over 0.5 total bases. That would be the best possible outcome. Just knock a home run out of the park, right? Get it done for us in the first inning. But yeah, kind of taking a look at the games here, he has done really well. When he faces right-handed pitchers, his hit rate actually goes up to 61%. So we see a little bit of a spike here for Ha-Seong Kim. So better against righties than he is against lefties, obviously, based on the data that we have here. So things looking pretty good here for Kim. If we go down here and take a look at what he's done in his career, well, he has yet to face Estes. Today will be the first time that he has actually faced this pitcher. But just taking a look at what he's done against pitchers who use or deploy a similar pitch arsenal to Estes, you can see that the fastball is not a pitch that Kim has trouble with, and the fastball is going to be used over 57% of the time by Estes this season. So Ha-Seong Kim posting a pretty impressive .376 WOBA against the fastball. If Estes dips into the slider, well, he might have a little bit more trouble, Will Kim, with the slider. .315 WOBA there. As far as the changeup, no problem there. .368 WOBA and a 4-2-1 WOBA against the cutter, which is the least used pitch by Estes. But nonetheless, numbers looking pretty good here for Kim. So let's move over and get you a projection. Back to the bat we go. We're just gonna go and punch in Kim's name, and you can see he's projected for 0.77 total bases, which puts him closer to 1 total base than it does 0 total bases. So definitely the lean would be for the over for me on Kim. So if you like these picks, you can take them over on PrizePicks or your favorite sports book or a different DFS platform. If we end up going 3-0 on these picks, I'm going to pick somebody from the comment section down below to win a free month of Dub Club. That's a $20 value. It's worth something, all right? And if we go 0-3, God forbid we go 0-3, I'll still pick somebody from the comments section to win a free month of Dub Club. So we'll call this the Dub Club sweepstakes. If we go 3-0 or 0-3, I'm picking somebody from the comment section. So leave a comment down in the comment section below. Hit the like button on the video on your way out, and we'll see what happens on today's MLB slate. Thanks for being here. We'll catch you in the next video real soon. Peace.